I talk to a lot of people about storytelling, and I think that most people have the wrong impression of what it is and what it does, why we need to tell stories. I think a lot of entrepreneurs and founders and business owners, they approach it like this. They invent the technology, they create the product, they spend so much time having a service, having it all laid out, getting ready for the onslaught. And then, well, where are the customers? Well, why is this not a smash hit? Where are they? Why am I not cutting ribbons for new schools and sitting at lofty lunch tables with Elon Musk on the other side? What's going on? The problem is that you haven't told a story about what you're doing. And just before you start shouting at me, storytelling is not about fairy godmothers and pumpkins and sitting around a campfire and singing Kumbaya. Storytelling at its real essence is talking about problem solving. It's about showing that you understand a problem and that you can empathize with it, describe it, and agitate it. Talk about how that problem causes pain, even if it's maybe not pain that you directly feel, but you can understand how that might be a problem for somebody else or some other group of people. And then propose a vision of what the world could look like if that problem could be solved, if the outcome that you're looking for could be approached in a different way. And so that is the real essence of storytelling and why it is so critical to get right. Because it's not something that fits on top or fluff that garnishes the dish, but it's the meat. It's the real McCoy. It is the reason why you exist. And it is the reason why you have spent so much money and time and effort into creating that product, into putting that new piece of technology together. It is why your company rallies around that particular purpose. And without it, nothing makes sense. Nothing is urgent about what you're doing. It doesn't push people to feel like they've got to solve that problem, that they've got to look at what you're doing to help them solve this problem. Without the pain, there isn't any of that gain that they get from working with you. So when you tell a story, what you're doing is you're communicating the fact that there's a problem and that you're able to solve that problem adequately or hopefully excellently. And that's it. That's the secret. That is what is bewildering a lot of people. Understanding the framing of what storytelling is in a little bit of a different way, not as this extraneous thing on top, but really the whole narrative that powers your business and gets you out of bed every morning. So here are some quick takeaways on how to start thinking about what that ideal story looks like, how you tell the story, communicate the problem you're solving, and how you're doing it. The first is always to keep it simple. When you keep it simple, you keep it clear, and you keep it relevant. When it's relevant, it sticks and people remember it. If you're not keeping it simple, it's going to be impossible to make them understand what you're doing. So if you don't understand it, or if you don't understand what your business does, chances are almost no one else will. So keep it simple. The second is that storytelling is not selling. It is not about making a sale, trying to convince or to persuade somebody to go with you. It's almost the exact opposite. Think about it as pulling and gravitating somebody towards you because they resonate with how you're expressing the problem and how you're going about helping them to achieve what they're trying to do. So it's a gravitational force. It's not a pushing force. And that's really important. It's never about selling. And thirdly, whatever your larger story or your communication is, it always boils down to helping people. It's about helping somebody to do something better or helping someone else to do the same thing, but maybe with less pain or less cost or more enjoyment at the end of the day. Perhaps they get a greater sense of freedom about what they're doing. Perhaps they're able to have a sense of contributing positively to the environment while they're doing that thing. You need to be able to position yourself and your story so that you're either minimizing pain or improving pleasure or improving the good stuff, right? That is what you're doing. You're helping people. You're improving lives. And that's it. Now you know.